get into Q&A in the room.
Okay, hi everybody. Obviously everyone knows all about our injuries, so I'll quickly update on that. Obviously Niara, we're giving her some time off to get her body right. We'll reassess her down the track. Stewie escaped major injury, but we are holding her out, so until she's good to go, big picture. And KB, obviously I told you after that first 6 minutes that she played, she had some and was held out the rest of the game, and she'll be held out again today, but it's day to day. We're hopeful that she'll be back soon.
Perfect. Maddie, Fifi.
When it comes to Kennedy Burke, I know that it's cramping. What part of her body? Lower, upper?
Lower.
Lower?
Yeah.
And then for Stewie specifically, right leg, there's a lot going on in the right leg. Was it a knee, ankle?
I don't even know what leg it is. That's how much I don't know.
Okay.
Look, she just felt something, and we're big picture now. Let's just take the time to get her right here, and it's tough. It's all our post players now, so we had to put Leo and Talbot back into the post players in that rotation. So, and we're going to have to do it again tonight.
And then one more just question, if you don't mind. I know that rest is like for Niara Sabali is kind of like a semantics thing. I know that she's been dealing with discomfort in her knee. I guess I'm just curious.
It's a big word.
What?
It's a big word.
What? Which part?
Symmetric, whatever you said.
Yeah. Semantics?
Never used that one before.
I'm just curious because it seems like more and more teams are adopting rest as an injury designation on injury reports this season. And I know, obviously the season has expanded, but I guess I'm curious your thoughts on that, but also on Niara's situation specifically.
The season is so compact. I think you see a lot of teams. I saw Atlanta's schedule too recently, but ours is no different. I mean, just 3 and 4, and now we're every second day. So the rest component is, it's always about, you've got to say players' safety first and health. I think that's so important here. And Niara, we know her background. She's never really had time to really be 100% fit. So this is the time we thought, okay, let's just take the time, make her feel better, because we want to take care of her. It's not about of course the Liberty, we want to win as many games, and she's missed, but it's making sure she's ready to go, because we have so much faith in her and we believe in her as a player, but I don't think we've seen her full potential because she's never been 100%.
Coach. With Leo, specifically, what hand was the injury, and is she okay with today? Any updates?
Yeah, I believe it was her right hand. She's hyperextension. She's tough as nails. Once you hurt your hand, you're always going to hear it again, aren't you? You're always going to tag it somewhere. But she's tough. She just keeps competing, but she's good to go.
Good to go. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And one more question, if I can. Just there's some similarities between this Wings team and when you got to New York at first. New head coach, number 1 pick, and then also trying to develop younger players on the roster. What are the challenges of just going into every game, looking to put wins on the board, but also getting younger players accustomed to the WNBA?
Yeah, look, it is a big step. You can't, this team, the best teams have all the experience and the most talent on it, but there's a talented team, but they're very young. And then it's kind of them growing together. They have some injury issues as well. They've got some players back. I saw Hines Allen is back today too, so that adds some more depth. But you see Hayley Jones came in as a replacement player and is playing big minutes and being really effective. So I think it's just them, building around Paige obviously is the way to go, but then making sure what's the best system for the players that they do have. And but we don't want to, we're undermanned too, so we got to focus on what we've got to do tonight.
We'll turn it over to Zoom, starting with Jackie.
Hey Sandy, thanks for taking the time with us. Just following up on Stewie's injury, is there a timeline, an expected date where you think she may be back?
No, not at this time. Not at this stage.
Okay, thank you. And so Sabrina has carried a pretty heavy load, especially during the back-to-back. I'm just curious, especially now with Stewie out for however long she's out, KB out tonight, I guess how do you make sure that she's not doing too much and that she's, moving the ball even though when major pieces of the puzzle aren't there?
Yeah, look, Sabrina, I'm talking to her often, and even concluding the last game or in a back-to-back, she felt good, and that's, I just say you just need honesty in that regard, and if you're tired, we need to get you out, and obviously trust your teammates there. Stewie is another one that we put the ball in the hands, so but it shouldn't change. We still have to play Liberty basketball and making sure we're sharing it, and players are a little bit out of position and how we want to play, but that's okay. We just got to go out there and be resilient and fight for 40 minutes.
Thank you.
Miles?
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
What is the biggest way that this team is impacted by Breanna Stewart's absence on each end of the floor?
Yeah, well, where do I start? How long you got? She's so impactful for what we do at both ends of the floor. I think everyone sees that. But you saw in the last game, just defensively, we were not very good defensively in the last game. Our pick and roll defense wasn't very good. Trans D wasn't very good. But her ability to roam, her ability to rebound, obviously she can defend multiple positions. You don't replace someone of Stewie, so it's more, it's collectively as a unit, we've got to be better and more connected in what we're doing. Offensively, if it's running in transition, it's finishing at the rim, it's the presence, the gravitational pull that she does have, the playmaking, the list goes on, Miles. Should I stop there? Is that good enough?
That's great, thank you. And then just a quick follow-up is Dallas leads the league in offensive rebounds, but they've been running out this lineup with three guards a lot recently. So how do you strike that balance in having maybe smaller players out there to combat the quickness, but also make sure you're tagging for rebounders?
Yeah, good challenge for us. I mean, they start with their big lineup, but I saw against Golden State they even had Carrington and Jones at the 4-5. That was an interesting lineup. It was a very small ball here, but we just got to. We've got the big players. It's nice to have JJ back against obviously their big players too. We got Izzy and but then we're going to lean into Leo and Talbot there where we need to play when they play small ball as well too. So from there we don't have a lot of big size after that. So we're just going to have to be disruptive where we can and they go small, so it kind of helps us, to be honest.
Jeff?
Thank you, Coach. Good evening. Thank you for taking the time. This team, of course, just came off missing several key players such as John Coyle and Leo. How did that stretch prepare you for this one? One, you could potentially lose Stewie, Kennedy, and Niara for an indeterminate period of time.
Yeah, look, I think every team faces adversity, and I suppose I don't get too high or too low. It allows us to, grow as a team, puts different people in roles that maybe they haven't been in, and in the end, that's what you get out of it. They get more exposure, and you can see what we got as we move forward towards the playoff, and we still got a lot of basketball to play. It's frustrating, the injuries. It'd be nice to have our full group and get them all integrated, but hopefully that will be in the playoffs, and that's when you want to peak. So I think we've only had one game with our full roster, and that was game 1.
Appreciate your time and insight. Have fun out there tonight.
We'll take one more in the room.
Yeah, Coach. Melissa Treebosser with Winsider. You're playing the Wings for the first time so late in the season. What have you seen from this team on film and kind of in your, with what you guys have been dealing with? Wings have been going through that too, with the roster constantly changing. How does that hinder or help you prepare as you scout?
Yeah, obviously it's always hard. We haven't faced them. It's the first time. We haven't faced the Lynx either. We got them next for the first time for this year. You just got to handle adversity, control what you can control with the team that you have, and hopefully put them in the right place that they can have success. Obviously Chris's first time in this league, so it's had a tough run with all the injuries, and that's always hard not having your full team there. But it can be dangerous. I think Paige is obviously very elite. Enrique, while she hasn't had her normal year, she's still very scary. They've got some other pieces. I thought, Lucia, how you say her name? Louisa's doing really well, so she's been a really nice addition to them as well. But they can be dangerous. Their young point guards are coming in and being aggressive, and I suppose it's a good evaluation period as they go through this season.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thanks, guys.